brethren? And let us start with a word of prayer. Let us bow our heads and let us pray. Gracious, loving Father, be with us as we enter into your word. Give us wisdom and understanding, and help us to learn important lessons that we may live holy, that we may live sin-free, to prepare for what is coming. These mercies we ask of you, and thank you very much for hearing us and blessing us right now. Amen. Amen. Okay, my dear brethren. Today, we need to discuss preparation. And the reason why we need to discuss preparation is that we have shown you already that we are living in the little time of trouble. That's where we are living, in the little time of trouble. And so much trouble is happening. It is happening all around us. And we are going to see much, much more things happen that are going to shock us. Look at what's going on in California with the fire that you have heard. A whole town burned down. That town is big like Port of Spain City. The whole town burned down. I guess it's named Paradise. Look at what's going on. In Malibu, where you have the wealthy houses, you have fire taking those houses down as we speak right now. And look at the Saudi Arabian desert. The Saudi Arabian desert that has had so much flood is now blooming with grass and flowers. So green California is burning down and the desert is blooming. All kinds of strange things are happening all around us. Brethren, I understand very, very carefully the workings of God during this week. This work has caused a bigger polarization to be evident between the left and the right. During the days when Mao Zedong founded the Communist Party with the aid of Jews, he had a tactic to gain power. What he would do is that he would send a large amount of people, and the people will gather around the houses of those who were against communism, and they would threaten and terrorize them, surround their house and terrorize them. That's what Mao Zedong did. And he did that over and over until with the help of Mr. Solomon and other Jews, he was able to take power in China. And those same people were executed who did not flee in time to Taiwan. So here's the point. We are seeing that same thing being repeated in the United States right now. Right now, they hate anything that is close to Christianity. With the left and socialism rising, this week, the hardline communists that are in power in Greece say today, this week, they're going to remove Christianity from being the state religion in Greece. Look at what's going on. Why, if you say something against Christ or against Mary or any of those things, if you say something against those things in Europe, you won't be jailed, you won't be charged, you won't be fined. But if you say that Muhammad was a pedophile, because at the age of 56, marrying a 6-year-old child is pedophilia, you will be charged. So today, Islamic blasphemy laws are spreading in Europe. And it is spreading so fast and so quickly, you wonder if it is Europe anymore. They're trying to destroy Christianity in Europe. They want to put a religion that they know people act erratic and impulsive. There is this girl, she's a Catholic, and this Catholic girl was charged for blasphemy in Pakistan. 3 years in jail while her case was being dealt with. Eventually, the Pakistani Supreme Court declared that she was innocent and they let her go. Do you know what happened? The Muslims threatened to kill the judges. The lawyer had to flee to Europe. And they surround the place where the girl was and tell that girl she wouldn't dare leave, they would kill her. The woman is a Catholic. The Pope didn't stand for her. He didn't even say a word to protect his own. Not even one word. It was the Pakistani military that had to do an operation to make sure this woman and her children and husband escape the wrath of the Islamists and get out. So, she asked for asylum in England, where everybody goes when they want asylum. England turned it down. England said, no, Muslims here will get on. So now Britain is pleasing Muslims and getting rid of Christians. You need to wake up and see how late time is. One country offered her asylum, and that was Italy, not from the Pope, but from the right-wing nationalist government that currently is ruling in Italy. Are you listening to me, my dear brother? What did President Trump have to say to Christians that fled Iraq and Syria under the attacks of ISIS? He told them today, you can now return to your homeland. America has your back. And so America is now becoming the protector of Christians. Are you listening to me, my dear brethren? And while that is the case, the Democrats trying to destroy nationalism in America suddenly came up with thousands and thousands of ballots in cars and put it in trucks and say they now discover it, to try and undo the whooping they got or the beating they got among the Senate, because the Senate carries the real power. Despite the fact that it is illegal, they still try to get you with that. And their plans make America become communist. That's their plan. So Christianity is under attack. And while they are waking up to where they want to go, we need to be sealed in the truth. We need to be sealed with the seal of God. And this is the reason why today we want to talk about what it means to be sealed with the seal. We hope that you pay careful attention to what we are talking about here, because we have made it as simple as possible for everyone to understand. What does it mean to be sealed with the seal, our first start, for you to follow? Turn to Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 16. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 16. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 16. Here is what we are told. I quote, bind up the testimony, but here's the part we are dealing with. Seal the law among my disciples. Seal the law among my disciples. Now in ancient times, if you want to seal something, a verb, you seal it with a seal, a noun.
Amen.
Are you listening to me? If you want to seal something, a verb, you seal it with a seal, a noun. This is what we want to look at. We want to prove from the Bible what is the seal and how we are sealed. You here have a chance to prepare for the end. All you have to do is to make sure you fulfill the right requirements for you to be sealed. Amen, brethren? And this is the reason why we need to talk about it. In the Great Controversy, page 452, we are told by the Spirit of prophecy, the Lord commands by the same prophet, Ezekiel, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. We are told the seal of God's law is found in the 4th commandment. This only of all the 10 brings to view both the name and the title of the lawgiver. End of quote. Great Controversy 452. So you see, if we ask ourselves the question, what is a seal? You will find out that a seal is a special badge that officially belongs to a king to show these following points. To show his name, to show his authority, and to show his kingdom. So a king will have a badge. This badge will contain in it his name, his authority, and the kingdom over which he rules. And that was a seal. In fact, the Wordsworth Concise English Dictionary, page 898, tells us this. Seal, a piece of wax, lead, or other material stamped with a device and attached as a means of authentication or attestation. In other words, you have a wax, you have lead, and there's a carving on it, and that carving on it authenticates something. That carving on it attests to something. It says such and such product is from such and such a person, and such is the real product. But when it comes to a king, the king had a seal. The seal will have his name. It will have the authority for what he did, and it will show what is his territory. He would have this seal on a finger here on a ring, and he would take it and impress it upon wax to seal his letters. So when you see the seal on the letter, it will authenticate the letter as coming from the king, and it will attest that this letter is a letter from the king of such and such kingdoms. This is how it was in those days. And we are being told, therefore, that a seal, the ring, sealed the letter. So in other words, it was sealed with a seal. So what we need to understand, therefore, is what is the seal of God. Turn to Exodus chapter 20. Okay? Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 20. In the 10 Commandments, if you look at verse 8 to 11, it clearly shows us something very important. You have the 10 Commandments, and the 10 Commandments says certain things about God's will for all of us. But then who has the authority to give these 10 Commandments? Who has the authority to give these 10 Commandments? From verse 8 to verse 11 shows us who. Let's read verse 8 to verse 11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. We have been commanded how to live every day. How to live the 7th day and how to live the 6 days. Who has authority to tell you how to live 7 days a week? It goes on. Notice the command itself is telling us the one who is saving has the authority to direct everything 7 days of the week in your life. Let's read again. 6 days, verse 9, shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy God. You see the word Lord there? Capital L-O-R-D. The actual Hebrew word is Yahweh. So here is what we are told. It says, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy God. Here is his name, Yahweh. It goes on. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore, on the grounds of this, Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and what? Hallelujah. So we see two things here. It tells us that he is the creator of everything. He created everything. So his authority is that he created everything. He is saying his authority over us is that I created you. And since I created you, I am telling you how I want you to live for 7 days a week. That's what he's telling us. And what is his domain? What is his kingdom? The whole created universe. Because he created everything. So everything he created, he rules over. And he's telling us how he wants us to live. Is that understood, my dear brethren? So his name, his authority, his kingdom is seen in what? The 7th day Sabbath. His name, Yahweh. His authority, he is the creator. His kingdom, the created universe. All of that is found in the what? 7th day Sabbath. Therefore, the 7th day Sabbath is what? The seal of God. It doesn't matter what religion you are in, you can't deny that. What seal does Allah have? Nothing. What seal does Krishna have? Nothing. Okay, probably Buddha has something. Nothing. What is Buddha's authority? He just sat under a tree and meditate and get light. From who? From his own mind. He has no seal. What about Allah? He had to decide if he created men out of clots of blood, or if he created men out of dust, or if he created men out of water. The Quran has to tell you which one. He doesn't seem to know what he created men out of. And furthermore, he told the first pair, Adam and Eve, bow to Shaitan. And because, in fact, sorry, he told Satan or Shaitan to bow to Adam and Eve. And Satan said, no, I wouldn't bow to something you now create. And that caused Satan to be lost. Apparently, Allah doesn't even seem to know that he's the one that's supposed to have the authority. So while Muslims go around telling people, worship Allah and Allah only, remember Allah told Satan to worship whom? Adam and Eve. Then he doesn't even know what kingdom he has. So he has no seal. None absolutely. What about Krishna? Krishna doesn't know whether he's a male or female at times. And in fact, he doesn't respect women. He figured that he can do wrong, and because he is God, it's all right. So his rulership is confusion. Recently they had Lakshmi being worshipped. This woman who the scriptures identified as very fickle. Fickle means unstable. Their own scriptures say she's a fickle person, very unstable, and it identifies her as being with different people. If a child, a girl child is to follow her, she had to be with different men and be fickle. She doesn't have a seed. They burn some kind of statue they call Ravan. But their own scriptures doesn't say he dies by burning. They say he dies with a sword. They're not even following your own scriptures. If you want to follow your scriptures, quote what it says, or Ravan dies. And take a sword and do it as if you're killing a statue. But you put the statue and you burn it. That's not in the scriptures. They're not even following your own text. They don't have a seed. Are you listening to me, my dear brethren? So this is the reason why. What about an evangelical church? What does the evangelical show is the seal of God? Nothing. Nothing. They don't even have a concept that God has a seal. And yet the Bible speaks about the seal of God. They don't even have a concept that God has a seal. What about Sunday? To them, which is a lie, God changed the day from the seventh day to the first day of the week. Show the text. They don't have a text. Therefore, how could they have a seal? And what does Sunday show? What is it a sign of? It doesn't show God is the creator. All it shows is that he began to create. Is that understood? It doesn't show perfect creation. You have to wait until the seventh day reach. So it shows an incomplete creation. That is all it shows if you were to ask what happened in the first day. So what else? It doesn't show anything else. The earth is not yet a created thing for man to dwell on. So there are no subjects for God to rule over on the earth. So it's not a seal. You need to wake up to this reality. It is not a seal. So the only place you can find the seal of God is in the Sabbath commandment. It shows us his name. What did he say his name was? Exodus 3:15. Exodus 3:15. Exodus 3:15. We read the text and follow. It tells us, and God said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Yahweh, God of your fathers, the God of whom? The God of who else? Isaac. And the God of who else? Jacob. It doesn't say Ishmael here. But if you have only say Ishmael. Who was Ishmael's father? Abraham. But who was Abraham's God? Yahweh. So if a Muslim wants to follow the God of Abraham, whom do you have to follow? Yahweh. Not Allah. So notice again it says, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob had sent me unto you. This is my name forever. Did you see that? Amen. What did it say? This is my name what? Forever. Did you see that, my dear brethren? For how? Forever. And my what? Memorial unto some generation? All generations. We have to remember him by the name Yahweh for how much generation? Are you a generation now? Yes. His name is Yahweh. Amen. Remember him that way. Is that understood? Somebody come and say Jehovah. understand that the time Jehovah was used, people didn't understand what they should use. So we don't have a beef with it. But when more light comes, use the light. What do you say? Amen. Today we can reflect and say, but we knew it all along. We used to always say Isaiah, not Isaiah Jehovah. We used to say Jeremiah, not Jeremiah Jehovah. Amen? We were saying it all along. Hallelujah. You see? Ask a person, what is hallelujah? They say it means praise God. Which of the word is praise and which of the word is God?
Yah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise.
Is the praise and Yah is God. Yah is short for Yahweh. So even in your words you used to say, so you know, and he says, this is my memorial unto all generations. Then somebody asks me, what are you? I am saying a seventh-day Adventist. Who is your God?
Yahweh.
Who is your God? Yahweh. He said it in his seal. Is that understood? He said it in his seal. Now let's look at his authority. His authority. His authority as creator. Isaiah 4:0. Isaiah 4:0. Isaiah 4:0. 25, 26, 28. 25, 26, 28. Isaiah 4:0. We read. It says this. To whom then will you liken me, or shall I be equal, says the Holy One? Did you just see that? In other words, we say, who would you equal to me? Who would you put equal to me? Who would you put at the same level with me? Says the Holy One. And what does he do to show he's different from all others? Let's read. Again, let's read. Lift up your eyes on high, he is commanding us. And behold, who hath created these things that bring out their hosts by number? He's pointing to the stars. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, not one faileth. Did you see that, my dear brother? Go to verse 20. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, what? Yahweh the Creator. Did you hear that? Yahweh the Creator of the ends of the earth fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his what? Understanding. After all, he made every single thing. Do you see that? So he is showing his differences. I created everything. My authority here saying is the fact that I created everything. You can't even search out my knowledge. Just lift up your head, look at the stars, look at how much they are. And each one has a name. I made all of them. I made everything. I want you to tell me if you can search out my knowledge. On the earth, for 6,000 years, there are limited things that man has created. And in 1 square inch, the things that God has created there is more than we have created for 6,000 years on the earth. And we made things out of his things that were made already. So here he's actually telling us the authority is, he is what? The creator. Yahweh is who? The creator. Is that understood? Yes. Come and say Allah? Absolutely not. His eternal name is what? Yahweh. And that is the reason why you have to use it more. You have to show it more. If you walk with the name Jesus, in Islam they get angry. If you put the name Yahweh, you pull back. They have an argument saying Jesus is only a prophet, but they have no argument for Yahweh. It's just they need to understand that the man here, Yahweh wasn't that body. Just that they need to understand that. But the point about it, they have no argument to Yahweh. And from the time they hear Yahweh, their name is challenged. Because Moses and Abraham dealt with whom? Yahweh. Not Allah. Are you listening to me, my dear brethren? So let's see his kingdom. What did he create? Everything. Colossians 1, 16 and 17. Colossians 1, 16 and 17. Is it found? We are taking it step by step here. 16 and 17 tells us. For by him were all things created. How much? All. You see how they watched out for dangerous? Your Bible says all things. The Greek says that. They put other between the word all and things. They say all other things. Meaning everything else except one. That's how they put it. But this says here, for by him were all things created that are where? In the heavens, and where? That are in the earth or upon the earth. Visible and what? Invisible. Whether it be what? Thrones, or what? Dominion, or what? Principalities, or what? Powers. All things were created by him and what? For him. And he is before what? All things. And by him all things are held together. Clearly showing us that his kingdom is the world. Created universe. Amen, brethren? Did you see that? Amen. So then therefore the seal of God, which is the seventh-day Sabbath, shows us his name, his authority, his kingdom. It tells us his name is what? Yahweh. His authority is he is what? Creator. His kingdom is what? The created universe. Everything which includes here. This is the reason why you will have a terrible fight with Sodomites when it comes to the Sabbath. Because the Sabbath destroys their claim. If you are a man, you cannot pretend to be a woman and be right. Remember, in nature, any creation that changes from male to female does it genetically. And for you to change genetically from male to female, only God can do it. But since the devil cannot do it, you have to do it by sculpting yourself. And if you sculpt yourself, it's not genuine. Amen. And if it is not genuine, to call you a she, I am lying. So this is why no state authority can force me. I'm speaking about me, I don't know about you. And I hope about you also. No state authority could force me to call a he a she, or a she a he. If she comes before me and she tells me, don't call me a she, call me a he, I will say she. Amen. If she takes me to the court, I will have to tell the judge, a she came before me. And tell me that she was a he. And if the judge tells me, no, I'll have to tell the judge, look down in there and see what it is. And if he tells me, how dare you? I say, no, how dare you? How dare you? Are you listening to me, my dear brother? Are you listening to me? Yes.
One of the cable political says to make liars out of us.
So they are not going to make me a liar of genes. They are not going to make me a genetic liar. I will say it as it is. If you have to take a penalty, take your penalty. When you take your penalty and they see you take it, it affects them better than if you're just talking to them. Because they see you are willing to put life and limb for what you believe, what do you say? And many of us here need to do that. Now let's just deal with one of these things here. The office name already, that's not much. His kingdom, that's not much. We need to look at his what? Authority. Yes.
One question really what I did because normally when I meet people I just say one God, right? So if I see their moms just smoking or whatever drinking, I they acknowledge God. But one person is this God. And sometimes when I tell people there's one God, right? They ask me one God. Person is asking about I say Allah. So I want to ask you a question. I meet that fella and they say find out what Allah means because everybody have go by
it just means the God.
right, you said it needs to be okay, because they have a king from their God, and you were showing me like that, you mustn't have a God, but just like how Yahweh, you go for Yahweh God, so you show me that way, but I show me that Yahweh is God in the Bible. Right, so what should I do when they say Allah?
Tell them the Bible says his name forever is Yahweh. And then they ask you how you know it. Isaiah, yeah. Jeremiah, come on, man. Zachariah, it didn't say Zachariah Al. Jeremiah Al. It didn't say that. And the word Al just means verb. And La or Ilah means God. The short is Allah, which conflates together is the God. But who is he? They just saying the God is a name. But the God is not a name. What is your name? The man. Go before the authority. Who are you? The woman. Does it make sense? What is your name? The man. It just makes sense. So what is his name? His name is Rahman. Rahman was a pagan moon god. In fact, the Quran has the name Rahman in it.
Sometimes you understand, but right? But it was the Adventist, they had a meeting with them, right? At Thanksgiving, right? So some Adventists was there. But one of the ministers was saying, he used the word Yahuwah. What is that word?
When they say Yahoo, that is just a shortened form that was used sometimes in ancient times for Yah. Sometimes they'll say Yah, sometimes they'll say Yahoo. But the real word is Yahweh. How do you know? It's not Isaiah Yahoo. It's not Jeremiah Yahoo. It's Jeremiah Yah. Isaiah Yah. Zachariah Yah. That's what I'm saying. It's not Hallelujah Yahoo. It's Hallelujah Yah. So you know it already. Let them from their own mouth show what they know already. Is that understood? Right, so let's go forward now. Let's go and look at his authority. Yes.
It's stuff in Arabic language terms, but they just have to capital, put all the letters in capital Y, capital H, and you see the put in the couple and see Yahweh, you can't say Yahweh again, that's right?
Amen. Are you ready for this one now?
Yeah.
You see, my dear brethren, God's authority is his rights. What he has right to do. In John chapter 1, verse 3, we are told, I just read, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So we don't want him for short. His authority is on the basis of he being the creator. But his authority is his rights. What does he have rights to do? These are God's rights, because if any man does it in place of God, he makes himself a God. Are you listening to me? You can see the substitute Christ or the Antichrist there. If you watch at it. You can see the Antichrist or the substitute Christ there. You see, you know these are the rights of God, because only God is supposed to do this. Anybody who does that makes himself God with God. And once you make yourself God with God, you're actually doing away with God in people's minds. So the point about it is God's authority is the rights of God. Now let's look a little more about his rights. Matthew 4:10. Matthew 4:10. And pay attention to what you're dealing with here. Matthew 4:10. Let's look at the background of this. Let's read from verse 8. And you will see why verse 10 says what it says. Simple scripture, follow. It says this. Again the devil taketh him, that is Jesus, up into an exceeding or extremely high mountain, and showeth him the kingdoms of the world. That will be Mount Everest. And the glory of them. And said unto him, all these things will I give you, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Notice what Lucifer told Christ. I will give you all these kingdoms if you will but what? Fall down and what? Worship me. Let's see the answer. The answer is important. We read. Then said Jesus unto him, get thee hence, Satan. Did you see what he said first? What did he say? Get thee hence, Satan. Anytime you're rebuking Satan, watch me. Anytime you're telling evil angels to get thee hence, it must be based upon God's authority which you understand. Amen. So Jesus didn't come like an evangelist and say, get thee hence devil or get thee hence demon. Jesus said it based upon an understanding. Which understanding must be in your mind when you're healing people? You must understand the authority of God. Because when you're healing people under the what? Authority of God. So Jesus didn't just say, get thee hence. He said this important point. Let's read. Again, it says, then said Jesus unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship Yahweh thy God, and what? Him only shalt thou serve. Did you see that? Did you see that? That is the right of God. The right to worship and serve it. Him only. So what you're saying here, the first right of God is to command all to worship and serve him what? Only. Why? Because he is what? The one true God. Amen? 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 And that is what he is saying. So if you want to say, get thee hence, evil angels. In your mind is also, it is God every man should worship. And you are interfering with that person, true possession, is hindering them from worshiping who? God. So you have that understanding in your mind as a background when they tell them get thee hence. They don't just say get thee hence like an evangelical. They ruin and spoil religion.
Amen.
They ruin and what? Spoil religion. But true religion has a background. And the background says, thou shalt worship Yahweh thy God, and what? Him only shalt thou serve. If you say by the name of Jesus, or if you say by the name of Yahweh, you will see how far they will flee. Once you have that authority. And you must remember what the word Jesus means. The word Jesus in our English simply means Yahweh Savior. So Yahweh as what? Savior. That's what it means. And we are not saved by the body of Christ. Flesh and blood profit you what? Nothing. The words I my spirit. They are what? Spirit and they are life. But we're coming to that. So the rights of God, the first right is to command all to worship and serve him only. Why? Because he is the one true God. Now let's look at the second right. The second right of God is to be the source of light and knowledge to direct all. The what? Source of light and knowledge to direct what? All. Lucifer tried that one. And look up here suffering. This means that he is will for all. Did you see the spiritual law? This means that he is what? Will for all. The source of light and knowledge to direct all. Let's turn to Isaiah 45, 21. 45, 21. Isaiah 45, verse 2. Ready for this? It tells us, verse 21. Tell ye, bring them near. So hear what God is saying. Is God speaking to him? And God is saying, you say, bring the person near. Who can answer this? Here's what. Let's read on. Tell ye, and bring them near. Yea, let them take counsel to what? Together. Let them talk together. Take counsel together. Who had declared this from ancient time? They can't tell you. Who had declared this what? From ancient time. It goes on. Had not I Yahweh? And there is what? No God else beside me. A just God and what? A Savior. There is none beside me. And what does the next verse tell us? Look unto me, and be saved all the ends of the earth. For I am God, and there is what? None else. So the one who is saying, he has shown it from ancient times. He is the Savior. He is the one true God. By this he is telling us, he alone is the source of light to direct all. Because it's him you have to depend on. He is the source of light. Therefore he is will for all. Is that understood? This is the rights of God. Now we are heading somewhere. This is just the groundwork being laid to head somewhere, right? Let's take to be the judge of all. The rights of God to be the judge of all. God can only be the judge of all because he is the what? Ruler over all. That's why he can be the judge of all. You see, we cannot judge people's secret thoughts. We cannot know, therefore judge. That's why crimes, there are many crimes that are still a mystery. Because we cannot tell what happens. But the one who is ruler over all and who reads all the thoughts, he is the one fit to be what? Judge over all. It is his right. So the day of government passes a law to judge your thoughts. He's playing God to you. Is that understood? The day of government passes laws to judge your thoughts. The word hate crimes. Hate crimes. Once it deals with words and not actions, or once it deals with words, it's judging your thoughts. Because the government can't tell you who to hate and not to hate. He can tell you, do not express your hate in actions. So if hate crimes touches thoughts, that's wrong. But if a thought touches action, all well and good. What do you say? But he cannot tell you in your mind, by talking to your speech, who to hate and who not to hate. You see, because God is the judge of all. So let's look at God as the judge of all. In Psalms 75, 7. Psalms 75, 7. Quote. Here's what we're told. But God is the judge. He put it down one and set it up one. Another. God is the judge. Is that understood, my dear brethren? Right. So let's go forward now. We'll spend more time on that one. Next. To seal with the seal of God is to seal people with the 7th-day Sabbath. Watch me now. To seal with the seal of God is to seal people with the 7th-day Sabbath. Let me give you an example. Watch this. This is one person. This is 2 persons. 3 persons. 4 persons. This is a seal. 7th-day Sabbath. This is a seal, the 7th-day Sabbath. Now watch this object lesson here. If I were to ask you, of these 4 persons, which one? Let me just add one more thing here. Of these 4 persons, which one has the seal? Which one? Number what? And number 3. You're right. Number 1 and number 3 does have the seal. You see, when you seal someone with a seal, they have the seal on them. You listen to me now? Are you listening to me? Yes. Turn to Ezekiel 20. When you seal somebody with a seal, you have the seal here on them. Imagine I'm giving you a letter to give to somebody. Must that letter have my seal?
Yes.
Yes. So you have my seal with you. Because you have my what? Letter. So a person can take the seal and say, well, it is my letter. So anytime a seal is administered, somebody or something must have the seal with them. And if you are sealed with the 7th-day Sabbath, you must have the Sabbath with you. Amen. You can't say you are sealed with it and you don't have it. Let's see what we are told here in Ezekiel 20. And then we will look at 12 and 20. Quote. Moreover, I gave them my Sabbath. I gave them my seal. Did you see that? Moreover, I gave them my Sabbath to be a sign between me and them. So what is a seal? A sign between you and what? The person who gives you it. So the fact that they have it as a sign, it means it is a seal. And it is given to them from someone. Are you listening to me, my dear brother? Pay attention. This is going to get into deeper water. So you'll be given a chance to start swimming now. Every seventh day Sabbath. That's what it says. If you refer it back to Deuteronomy and to Exodus, you will see it actually states the seventh day Sabbath. So they will understand when they say Sabbaths. And by the way, the ceremonial Sabbaths are not solar Sabbaths. They don't come by the sun. They come by the moon. They are lunar Sabbaths. You have to find when is the first day of the month, which is by the moon, to know what date that Sabbath comes. The seventh day Sabbath is not a date Sabbath, but a day Sabbath. The other Sabbaths are day Sabbaths. So you can't mix them up together. There are Sabbaths by date, and there is a Sabbath by day. Every 7th day. But one can be the 10th day of the 7th month. Beautiful question, but much too quick. It will come later. Because you will show, and we are aiming here to show you how to be sealed. That is what is going to show you when you're finished. How to be sealed. And that way you will know for sure if you are being sealed or not. That's what this whole thing is getting for. So start swimming in the shallow water. And the deep water is coming just now. Let's go on. If you observe here, verse 12 again. Moreover, I gave them my Sabbath to be a sign between me and them, that they may know that what? I am Yahweh. That what? That sanctify them. Say, all religions claim they're sanctifying the people. Who is sanctifying you? Yahweh. What is the proof of it? Look the sign, look the sign. So the Sabbath must have something to be able to sanctify a person. Or seal you. That you can be sealed with the seal. Are you listening to me? Are you paying attention here? So here's the point. All these religions claim that they were sanctifying the people. But who was sanctifying you? You answer. Yahweh was sanctifying me. What is your proof? The 7th day Sabbath. Because that cannot be kept by fluke. It has to be kept genuinely, or else it's not the Sabbath to keep it. So the Sabbath has something to sanctify you. And that's the reason why what you learn today here, if we finish the study, you're going to just go home outside of the Sabbath and practice it. Because the Sabbath is the microcosm of macrocosmic living. Let me break it up. The Sabbath is a small example of a larger thing that you will do in your daily life. Amen, brother? Do you get that? But you will see, when we finish here, you will see how practical it is. Because we want to take it step by step, that it will be practical for everybody here. Because you need to be ready. Trouble is coming. You need to be ready. Trouble is coming. We are going to have some great books out that is going to be shaking the world, shaking the religious world, shaking the Adventist world, shaking the prophetic world. And it's going to be causing many multitudes to come to the truth. Amen. And you're going to be using them and see the success you get when you rate people being converted. So you need to be ready. So what we are dealing with here is encouraging you to be ready. Is that understood? This is not play Christianity and joke Christianity, boast Christianity and talk Christianity. This is the genuine thing. This encourages you to be genuine if you really mean it. It encourages you to really mean it. That's what this is all about. And it encourages you to search yourself. Is that understood? But when you look at the material of the Sabbath, it's hope.
people from our way and tell one name, and we double this and bet this from some group, right? But I want to say what type of prophecy it is, right? Because let's go through all that, the important, that don't make sense, right? But people are going to talk about that particular prophecy that's not very true, right? But this time, it's a book that you gave me some years ago that I didn't study for a while, but when the man started talking about it, I started to remember, based on conviction, certain things that was being said. And at that time, I was to remember the whole book, because I said, Danny had it out. So he called from Fight Africa, from, I think it's Mali, and I fight in Trinidad, we battle it back and forth. He told me one cutting on, he called back. So the real point that he was thinking is that he was already shake the world.
Amen. Amen. Watch this again, verse 20. And hallow my Sabbath, and there shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am what? That I am what? Yahweh, your God. What does it take for God to be what? Your God. You have to be converted. What do you say? For Yahweh to be your God. I'm seeing a hand here, right? I'm coming to you right now, bro. What does it mean for Yahweh to be your God? You've got to be converted. If you're not converted, whatever else, it's not Yahweh that is your God. But the sign of who is your God is the Sabbath. So you look at, you observe a person's behavior on the seventh day Sabbath, and automatically you learn who is their God. Amen. You didn't hear that one good enough. You didn't catch that one good enough. You look at a person's behavior on the Sabbath, you see what is their idealistic priorities, and immediately you learn who is their real God. Because the Sabbath shows up. Your unsanctified state if Yahweh is not your true God. And at the same time, the Sabbath shows who is your God. Amen? And if you try to pretend, the Sabbath still finds you out. So the hand of brother, truthful.
I just want to
Sure.
yes.
I'm
new here today, so I just actually want to ask that question. I just wanted to read from my thoughts of that it was under when he's repeated that God was the source of life. I just wanted you to make that a little more specific. So I'm like, because I guess when you're talking about like, I guess if I talking about like, we're talking about the electromagnetic spectrum. So I guess you don't understand something about that. So I would like to specify the source of that. Because not only something a little more
Amen. The source of light and knowledge. Just go back, brother. Just go back. Let me just show you brother something here. Right, the light of God to be the source of light and knowledge to direct all. So this is a light that must direct you. So light here is used in a spiritual sense. See, this sought to be the source of light and knowledge to direct all. But the reason why the word light is here is to show, it shows a view, it opens a view to reality. Because in darkness you see nothing. So the light here is spiritually speaking. Okay? Alright? Yes. But in case you want to deal with physical light, God is still the source of that physical light. That physical light came from God. So that is still the source. He's still the source. Just in case. But this is speaking spiritually, not physically. That's why it says the source of light and knowledge to direct all. It is speaking about being directed by the light. Okay? So that's what was that. So now let's go back now. Watch this. Watch. So, seal with the seal of God. seal a verb, with the seal a noun of God. It's to seal a person with the what? Seventh-day Sabbath. Because that is the seal. As you see right here in Ezekiel. So if you are to be sealed, you are to be sealed with what? The seventh-day Sabbath. If you do not believe you should keep the seventh-day Sabbath, you cannot be sealed. And let me tell you, the next thing the Bible shows, everybody has to be sealed. One way or the other. Once you're within Christianity, you have to be sealed. One way or the other. Let's look at the next step, the next chapter. Turn to Ezekiel chapter 9. Ezekiel chapter 9. If you will observe what you should say, yes, brothers.
We always say that the scripture shows that you see forward with God.
Yeah.
So that the battle street is because if you are aware of yourself, which is a day to show that he is of God, he is wanting his people. So much I think of that, I say, we have power aside too.
Yes.
But the fact is that we are always saying, we have something that is serious.
Yeah.
So we have to see us.
That's why he chose the first day of the week. The first day of the week is the beginning of creation. And that's why the early church fathers, when they begin to look to the first day of the week against the Sabbath, their first expression it was, that's when the life began. That's when God began to create things. So it would mean an imperfect creation, but yet a creation. And that's what Lucifer is going to say. If you are a man, and you put on high heels and trying to move your body like a woman and say certain things, you are still a creation but an imperfect one. The first day is your day. So we'll get to that next time. Right, watch this now. There are two types of sealing in the Bible. The stamp sealing, which is conversion, and the settlement sealing, which is growth in righteousness and morality. Are you listening to me? There are two kinds of sealing in the Bible. Once you become converted, you are sealed. That is a stamp sealing. God places a stamp on you, that's your mind. And of course, as the brother said, the name now enters the book of life. But then while you are sealed, that seal must harden on you. Because you know, stamp it, when you become converted, it needs to stay to be hardened. You need to settle in it. The study what we are dealing with today, sealing with the seal of God, is really the second seal. That's what we are addressing. We are not addressing the conversion aspect. Right? Okay? We are dealing with the grief, not the Holy Spirit, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. That's the sealing we are dealing with. We are not dealing with the seal of the Spirit. That is something different. That is the first seal. You receive the Holy Spirit, you receive the seal of the Holy Spirit, which means to say you receive the Holy Spirit, therefore you are converted. We are not dealing with that one. But this chart is to show you there are two kinds of sealing here. So those of you who do not know, learn this. Because there are two kinds of sealing. So, an evangelical will have to acknowledge this. Yes, there are two kinds of sealing. Or at least, yes, there is a sealing. What is that sealing? He will tell you, well, look at what has happened here. You receive the seal of the Spirit. And then you tell him, what about being sealed until the day of redemption? He don't want to hear that. That one has too much implication for his religion. He is willing to only take one, but not the one which we are dealing with. So, let's show the one we are dealing with, Ezekiel 9. verse 3 and verse 4. We read verse 3. And the glory of the God of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the men clothed with linen, which had the writers inkhorn by their side. And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Hold on. Did you just see what you read here? This sealing is upon those that what? Sigh and cry for the abomination that is done in the land or in the cities. What does it mean to sigh and cry? To sigh and cry, watch me sigh. When I sigh, it means I disapprove. You're wary of something. You disapprove of it. And when you cry, you lift up your voice like a trumpet and show the wrong. You cry aloud and you spare what? Not. So sighing and crying people are the ones that receive that seal. Are you listening to me, my dear brothers? It is done only, that sealing, upon those that sigh and cry for the abomination that is done in the church and in the land. What do you say? It means something important here. Let me show you somebody sighing and crying for abomination in philosophy. Psalms 119. 104. Psalms 119, 104. Follow. What does it say? Through thy what? Precepts I what? Get understanding. Therefore what? I hate every false way. Did you see that? This person is saying he hates false ways because he gets understanding from the precepts, which is the law. Did you see that? That person sighs and cries because he has understanding of what is wrong with it. We're not yet finished. Go on again. 113. 113. It says this, I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I want. Love. You see, I love the law. Therefore you hate vain thoughts. You're sighing and crying against even what was in your mind because you love the law of God. Let's look again, 128. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. And I what? Hate every false way. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Again, that person is sighing and what? Crying. Let me give you one more. 16th Street. Turn to 16th Street. I hate and abhor what? Lying. But thy law do I what? Did you see that, my dear brother? Now let's just pick some sense out of this. What does it mean? Think about yourself. What does it mean for you to love God's law and to hate wrong? What does it mean? Judge yourself. And when you judge yourself, be realistic. Because usually when you judge yourself, you usually find you still have liking for some wrong. And you like the law of God, but not enough. And you still have liking for wrong. But judge yourself. What if you love the law of God and you hate every false way? What would that mean for you? Going down too fast. I know you will say that you're right. It will mean that over a period of time, something was going on with your mind. Your affections and values for wrong was being cancelled or removed. Amen. And your appreciation for God's righteousness was being established and grown and settled. You're not thinking. Watch again. That's why we are told the ceiling is upon those that sigh and cry. This love for the law of God and hate for every false way can only be done because converted people, what kind of people? Converted people. So this sealing can only be done because what? Converted people have been developing a genuine appreciation for holiness and for spiritual things. This comes by growth in grace to the point of settling in the truth. You didn't hear me. This comes through growth in grace to the point of settling in the truth. When you become settled in the truth, you love the truth only. Because great peace have they that what? And what? If you have some offense, you don't love the Lord. You understand? So this sighing and crying people were growing in grace over a period of time. Is that understood? And the Bible tells us, grow in grace and in our knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Look at Psalms 92, 12 to 14. Psalms 92, 12 to 14. Now, anybody ever heard of what is a cedar of Lebanon? Cedars of Lebanon were very prized wood. A cedar tree in Lebanon would be wide, sometimes almost like this building here, and very tall. It is something that insects didn't like to eat because it was too bitter. So it would last long. Wonderful to handle. And they get plenty wood from it. If in ancient days Lebanon was a land covered with giant trees, even like Barbados. Many of you do not know that Barbados was once covered with giant trees. Huge giant trees which were cut down. So Lebanon had this type of cedar that was huge, wide, last long. Weavers and other things didn't like to taste it. So it would last long when you make your furniture with it. The best thing to use in the temple was the cedar of Lebanon. And so it was a very wonderful, by the way, it takes shine. So lovely. And when they shine it glows. That was the cedar of Lebanon. So now, here is God speaking about you under settling seal. Let's read it. Psalms 92, 12 to 14. Read. The righteous shall flourish like the what? Palm tree. He shall grow like a what? Cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh. Christians. Amen? Amen. Shall what? Flourish in the courts of our God. Did you just see that? Let's read verse 14. They shall bring forth fruit in what? Old age. They shall be what? And what? That's right. Old age, along with the truth, they certainly they bring forth fruit. That's what we're being told. They're like a palm tree which is hard to die. It can take plenty water, it can take what? Little water. They're like a seed that when they grow tall and big. And God says, I planted you in my house. And in there you're bearing fruit. And when they age old, which means you stay there long and you're being what? Settled, you're still bearing fruit. Amen, brother? Did you get that? Did you get that? Yes. Then look at Ephesians 4:15. Yes.
I cannot understand how some people can regret being planted in the house of the Lord.
That's right. How could they regret being planted in the house of the Lord? That's right. Ephesians 4:15. Read. It tells us this. It says this here. But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ. So in other words, God wants you to grow up into him. So you're in the house of God. You have to grow up into Christ. So we know one thing for sure. This is the silent cry. You have to grow up into Christ. You have to appreciate. If somebody watches at you doing a wrong and they feel terribly sorry for you, sorry that they cry for you, or sorry that they pray for you, they watch you and they feel very sorry for you because of the wrong, it means they have an appreciation for right. And that makes them appreciate you, that they want you to be saved. That makes them care for you. And that is why Jesus was called a man of what? Sorrow, acquainted with what? Grief. Sometimes you look at people in your environment, you know what they can do if they don't abide in Christ. You know what could happen. And you try to make sure your presence, say things to them, do things for them, sometimes even tell them to do certain things which if they do will become better. Or which if they fight again will become worse. But as a minister of the gospel, with the messianic spirit of Christ in you, because there are different kinds of ministers in you. There are some ministers that can tell you what the Greek and the Hebrew means, and they can give you a good rundown. But the ministers that God wants are ministers that have the messianic spirit of Christ in them. The one way they can relate to somebody to help them about themselves. Not just give them an accurate scripture and an accurate text, but the text in a practical way. That is a rare thing in this world. And that's why in this church, when they get that, they need to appreciate it. Because they will go in now, they say, they will see the preaching, all kind of scripture. Well, they used to preach about the sanctuary and the Sabbath long time, but now they're preaching all kind of lifetime stories. From not the seventh-day Sabbath. And if even if they preach the seventh-day Sabbath, it is not practical to help you. When you finish it, you get a head knowledge. But you may not get a head experience from the knowledge. Amen. And that's what you need. That's what we all need. Is it not so? Amen. You need eyes that pry with truth and eyes that give truth to people. But you also need to be honest with your own self. You didn't hear that word? You need to be honest with your what? Your own self. That's many people fall because they're not truly honest with themselves. And self-honesty is one of the important things to get somewhere. What do you really want? What do you really need? What ulterior motives do you have? Christ will strip it all until it comes down to one thing: love for Him. Amen? As Brother Pandelberg was saying, I had to drop everything as we go through that narrow path. Everything you have to drop for His sake, because it can't fit there. Notice again, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 3. Here is what they are told. I quote. We are bound to thank God always for you, brethren, as it is meet or worthy, because that your faith groweth how? How? Exceedingly. And the love of every one of you all towards each other, what? Abounded. Or as the Greek says, superabounded. So you're dealing with people here who is saying that your faith grows exceedingly, and we're being told that their love for each other grows superabundantly. And that is the reason why when you come to know your brethren, you come to know the character of Christ in them, and you understand them, then you can feel for them when you see things happen for them. When you see things happen to them, then you can feel for them. Then you can suffer with your brethren. Then you can suffer. When somebody treats somebody bad, you can suffer for it because you feel it. You are feeling it. When somebody deceives somebody, you can feel it also. When somebody tries to encourage somebody in a subtle way to transgress, you can feel also. And that only happens because the truth of Christ grows in you. And that can make you sigh and cry. So if you pray for a member of the church because you see problem, you're praying is sighing and crying. You're crying to God because you're sighing, you disagree with what you see. Is that understood? And that's the reason why those are the people that are supposed to be seen. Did you get that clear, my dear brother? Sighing and crying one. Watch this. Next shot. Quotation. Watch this. Settling, sealing into the truth unmovable. Notice it's sealing. So if it's sealing, the seal cannot be unsealed. Doesn't that make sense to say that? If you are sealing, the seal cannot be what? Unsealing, you have to break up that seal and put another one. So if you are set, the sealing is a settling seal into the truth what? Unmovable. You didn't get that wrong. If you are settling into the truth what? Unmovable, then you are settling into what? That's right. All time since we did. We come to a shocking critical point here. Here's what Mrs. White tells us in Bible Commentary, Volume 4, page 1161. Quote, just as soon as the people of God are sealed in their foreheads, it is not any seal or mark that can be seen, but a settling into the truth, both intellectually and spiritually, so that they can be moved. So she's talking about the crisis that is to come. And she identifies the settling into the truth, intellectually and spiritually, so that they cannot be what? move in the rest of righteousness, then the crisis will come. So what is God waiting on? He is waiting on us to be sealed appropriately. That's what he's waiting on. All these messages you have been getting here are the sealed messages to settle you into the truth that it cannot be removed. But some of you are fighting against the sealing. Every time you keep breaking off the seal and you won't have to be administered. You break off the seal and you won't have to be administered. When would you leave it? Let it get hard. Unmovable. Yes, my dear.
Present Sabbath, everyone. I'm really appreciating this study because yesterday I got a call from someone who I think they visit here, right? And the conversation went like this. Sister Sandy, tell me something. Did God die for your sins? Do you believe that? And I said, yes, God died for my sins. And the person said to me, can God die? So I was like, well, no, God can't die. And then another question came, do you know that Jesus ate meat? I was like, okay, Jesus ate meat. Yeah, there's the issue of the fish and the bread and the whatever. So I'm like, okay, he did eat meat, alright, yeah. Coupled with a few other things, right? I don't want to go on too much. But you know what I'm happy about? The fact that something said to me, remember in June, where these people crept in unawares. You are trying to ensure that you secure your salvation. So I said to the person, we are individuals, we need to work out our salvation and fear and trembling. I may not necessarily know all of the doctrine, but at the end of the day, I am really uncomfortable to some extent. Because here it is just saying to me that Martin Luther, he gave the interpretation of justification by faith, but he did not approve of the Sabbath. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Right? But I'm saying all of that to say that we need to understand this study that you're doing here about being settled with the seal. Because if we don't, it means we're going to end up in corruption. Yeah? Amen, amen.
Let me tell you one thing here. Anybody who talk like that, they don't live like that. Don't be fooled. Anybody who talk like that, they don't live like that. You must remember, the death of Christ doesn't mean God himself dying. The death of Christ means a suffering and a gift of life that causes death. But not in God. Christ died. The human Christ died. But it's not the physical death of Christ that saves us. And physical death doesn't give you life. Amen? So they need to understand that they don't know the Bible. And anytime they tell you, look, Martin Luther preached justification and look, he eat meat. They need to understand that Luther was growing. That was his first stage. I am sure when that person accepts whatever they accept, they didn't accept 6 million points at the same time. So when you hold on to the first point, the other points will come after. What do you say? So they talk like they do not live. Is that understood? So when people do things like that, that is subversion. And devils themselves know they can't even live like that. Amen? The devils themselves know they can't even live like that. Because if Lucifer is God with God, then create. It took years for it to try to create, and it still didn't create yet. It took years for it to bring Sodom and Gomorrah, and it still failed. And then it still took thousands of years for it to bring modern civilization, with man and woman married, and it still failed. So they don't even live the way they talk. It's not understood. Remember the same thing, my dear brethren. Okay? Right, so here is this now. They should come and talk to me. Not boasting, but they should talk. Let's talk. Yes. So now let's go to an important point here. So among God's disciples is settling them into the truth so that they will always obey God's law without a flaw. If you set them into the truth that they cannot be removed, you are settling them into the truth that they will always obey God's law without a flaw. Right? This is what we call all-time sin-freeness. Let's see, a Bible does advocate that, all-time sin-freeness, but let's see how it presents it. That's the important point of how it shows it. So start with Psalms 106:3. 106:3. I am sure you must see in that verse what we are talking about. I am sure you must see in that verse what we are talking about. Did you see that? Let's read it again. Blessed are they that keep judgment. What do they keep? Judgment. That is spiritual judgment on your mind. You have to keep judgment. Keep spiritual truth upon your mind. When you do that, what happens? And he that what? Doeth righteousness, how long? That's right. So in other words, for you to keep the judgment, you have to keep it upon your mind. Now imagine this. They give you a seal. You keep the seal. Once you keep the seal, that keeping the seal would mean to say that what the seal causes you to do, you're doing it all the time. Because you don't keep for a minute. That's not keeping. Are you listening to me? You don't keep for 24 hours. That's not good enough. That is keep, which means don't let it go at all. And this is the reason why everybody here, all of us here that are being sanctified, is learning to keep. It always is learning to keep. But I hope that I wouldn't have to stop now, that I have to, if I stop now, to come to the keeping of the character of Christ. So that's what this is all about. This is what this is all about. Watch this here. Psalms 119:44. 119:44. We'll read 43 for the background. You'll notice the same thing you read in 106. You're reading this in that same two verses, but slightly different. Let's read. 43. And take not the word of truth. There we go again. Okay? Take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth. For I have hoped in thy what? Judgments. So shall I keep thy law out. How else? Forever. And what? So if you keep the word of truth in the person, then they have judgment all the time. They will keep the law of God what? Continually and how? Forever and ever. Did you get that clear, my dear baby? Amen. So this is clearly showing us that when you set the seal into the truth unmovable, that is what you call what? Having what? All time sin-freeness. Did you see that, my dear baby? Did you see that? And that's the reason why you get John telling you that. He said, for the seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin. You need to have the seed remain in you, which you can identify as the what? The word of God. Now watch this. Watch this. Next shot. Shocking revelation, shocking reality. Shocking reality, shocking revelation from these shots. They show us quite a lot. Sealing a person with the seal of God is sealing people with the Sabbath seal. Sealing the person with the Sabbath seal. This means that the seventh-day Sabbath must come to the person's mind as truth or as a message of delightful obedience. So watch me. You can't hate the Sabbath. So imagine they're sealing you with the Sabbath seal. It means the seventh-day Sabbath must come to the mind, your mind, as the truth. Right? As a message of delightful obedience to God. Only when it comes to your mind as a message of delightful obedience to God, you would want it. Do you know that is what the Bible shows? Revival and Reformation, Sabbath reform is all about. That's what the Bible shows Sabbath reform is all about. When there's supposed to be a Reformation to take people back to the Sabbath, what do you think that was all about? It was a Reformation that would make the Sabbath something delightful to you. Watch how the Bible presents it. I know you read it before, but you never read it this way before, because you never looked at it deeper. Turn to Isaiah 58, 13 and 14. Isaiah 58, 13 and 14. For those of you who need to know, Isaiah 58 deals with preaching to the church. That's why it starts off with saying, cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. People who once knew God and followed Him, you're telling them that. So that means to say they gave up the Sabbath. So what you're doing, you're going to restore the truth. You're going to repair the breach that is broken down. But when you're bringing the Sabbath to them, how must it come to their minds? Right. Now we look at how it comes to the person's mind, 13 and 14. Let's look at 12 for the background. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations. And thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of past dwelling. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh, honorable. You're calling the Sabbath the holy of Yahweh? You calling the Sabbath honorable? You see how it must come to you? It must come to us the holy of what? Yahweh. It must come to us what? Honorable. Keeping the Sabbath is an honorable thing. That's how you have to look at the seventh-day Sabbath, as something honorable. An evangelical will look at you as backward. Excuse me, he is backward and foolish. But you're doing an honorable thing. The creator of the universe, he himself rested on that day. And you as a human being, could you be higher than God? No. So you're supposed to call the Sabbath something what? Honorable. Did you see that, my dear brethren? It says here. It says here. It says here. Call the Sabbath a delight. The holy of Yahweh. Honorable. So the Sabbath is a delight to you. Then it says, and shall honor him. Honor who him? Yahweh himself. So the Sabbath now must come to you honoring God. As something to honor God. Honoring him. Not doing thine own ways. Nor finding thine own pleasure. Nor seeking thine own words, nor speaking thine own words. Here's what we are told. Thine own ways. Speaking thine own words. Thine own pleasure. Already, you're seeing somebody's supposed to have control over your words. Therefore, over the content of your heart. Over your ways. Therefore, over the content of your actions. That person must be the ruler over all. You're already going back to Yahweh, his rights over all of us. This is saying the Sabbath supposed to make Yahweh establish his rights over all of us. That's what we're being told. The rights of God are being propagated in this teaching here. It says this here, verse 14. Then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh, and I will feed and I will ride thee. Sorry, verse 14. Then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage or the inheritance of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken it, his authority. Amen. So here's how Sabbath reform is presented. So in other words, what we are being told here, sealing a person with the seal of the living God is sealing them with the Sabbath seal. This means that the seventh-day Sabbath must come to the mind of the individual as truth and as a message of delightful obedience. Do you get that clear, my dear brethren? Listen to me. Do you know what it means to cease from doing thy own things? Thy own pleasure, thy own works. To cease from doing thine own things has a broader sense of doing only what God causes you to do in your whole daily living generally. That's what it really means. This is living a sanctified life as an influence from the seventh-day Sabbath experience. Seventh-day Sabbath keeping. During the seventh-day Sabbath, do you abide in the truth? Yes. Should you abide in the truth? Yes. Does the day itself encourage you to abide in the truth? Yes. Yes. Does the day itself cause you to have a sin-free experience? Yes. That's right. Does the day itself also cause abiding sin-freedom or continuous sin-freedom? Yes. Does the day make you worship God? Yes. Did you just see what you said yes to? Did you just catch the formula you said yes to? You said 7 days Sabbath keeping causes you to abide in the truth, gives you a sin-free experience, causes you to have continual or abiding sin-freeness, and you also said makes you worship God. That is being sanctified. That is settling into the truth. So the Sabbath is making you what? Settle into the truth. Every Sabbath day you come here, you're being sealed. Amen. Every Sabbath day you come here, you're being sealed. You're being settled into the what? The truth. That's the reason why that whole experience, abiding in the truth, sin-free experience, abiding sin-freeness, and worship God is the same as what? God working in you, both to what? Will and to do his good pleasure. That's what's going on here. That scripture in Philippians is what is fulfilled by the 7th-day Sabbath when you keep it. Somebody tells you, you want to fulfill Philippians 2? With God working in you both to will and to do his good pleasure, keep the Sabbath. That's what it is all about. What about the scripture that says, we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus, unto good works which God had before ordained we should walk in. That scripture is being fulfilled in Sabbath keeping. All the time they were reading those scriptures and they didn't know it was talking about what? Sabbath keeping. Watch this. Being God's workmanship, created in Jesus under preordained good works, simply means abiding in the truth, having a sin-free experience, having abiding sin-freeness, worshiping God. That's what it means. So this is the reason why the Sabbath is important to you. Because those who claim to love the scriptures and love obedience, well, if you love obedience, the Sabbath is what you should love. Because that's what the Sabbath causes. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Let me give you another scripture that shows you what I'm talking about. What are we told? We are told not doing your own works, not following your own pleasure, not doing your own things. Come with you now, right? Not doing your own things. Is not what your Bible telling you? What does that mean? Not doing your own things is a negative way of saying do only God's things. Amen. Watch 1 Peter 4, 1 and 2. Watch what it was telling you all along. That was speaking about Sabbath keeping. 1 Peter 4, 1 and 2. You see what was going on here? That is what was going on here. Those are the deep truths we were not looking at. Watch this. I quote. Watch this. Quote. For as much then as Christ has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with what? Same kind of mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh had what? What does that mean? Cease from sin. It goes on. That he no longer should live the rest of his life, the rest of his time in the flesh, to the lust of men, but to the what? Will of God. That's right. That's right. He is now going to submit to the rights of God. Did you see that? He's no longer going to live that other way, that other wrong way. So clearly, my dear brethren, I want you to get this clear. These are sealing truths that are being given to us now. These are truths that will carry you far. If you just take this one alone and study it, it will carry you far. Because it is telling us Seventh-day Sabbath keeping means abiding in the truth, having a sin-free experience. But that sin-free experience must be an abiding sin-freeness. It must be worshiping God. Watch this. Try it home. The Sabbath finish. Go home and abide in the truth. And while you're in the truth, you have what? Sin-freeness. Anything come to make it, break it, deny it, and keep what? Abiding sin-freeness. And so you'll be worshiping God. Exactly what you do on the Sabbath, do it Sunday, Monday, right through. What do you say? But hold on. That is just a broad way of saying it. Watch your next shot. Quickly. Yes, brother.
Yeah, but brother, most of the time when it is not right, you know thing, right? I don't be right, not the same thing move on God because it is always not the same thing move on God, but that's not the part of God, right? Yeah. The main point that I always get from home right is that every time we need to answer what is the duties, information and knowledge and instruction that you do, right? When you reach outside, but this is basically about me, right? When you reach outside, you reach home, you start to write, scribble down, study your Bible, go back and write that book, you reach back your writing, right? Yes. Then most of the time, boys with job out there, see, start to write nothing. So it's a constant back and forth with one price, for Christ to keep you in this love. But at the same time, it's to keep you away from the hands and Satan, to keep you level, so you can know your enemy. And you should teach on Sabbath to get more information and become stronger. It's not the
Amen. Amen. So this is the reason why Sabbath keeping is associated with these points in the Bible. 7-day Sabbath keeping means being made what? Sin free. That is the stamp sealing. It's the same thing as being what? Justified, made righteous. It's the same thing as being what? Recreated in Christ Jesus. If any man be in, he's a what? New creation. Behold, all things are what? And all things become what? So that's why the stamp sealing is recreation, which is what the Sabbath points to. You could call it justification, you could call it conversion, or being made sin free, same thing. But the Sabbath also points to abiding in sin freeness and sanctification, which is the settling sealing. Because remember we saw before the value of the Sabbath to you. You have to have the seal of God. And the seal of God has in it, the Sabbath has in it, enough truth to set you into the truth that it cannot be removed. Watch this again. Right? Watch this again. I would have liked to stop here, but I can't stop here and leave you hanging to a certain point. Let me just carry a little further and then really pull it, right? To the right. Let me carry a little further. Watch this. What is 1 John chapter 3? We read verse 9 first and then verse 6. What does it tell us? 1 John chapter 3. We read verse 9 first and then verse 6. Watch this. Oh, yes. So 1 John chapter 3, we will read verse 9 first and then we will read verse 1. 6. Okay? Verse 9. Whosoever is born of God doth not commit sin. Why? For his seed, which is the word of God, according to Luke 8:11, for his seed what? Remaineth in him, and he what? Cannot sin, because he is born of God. That is two things identified here. Born of God, being made sin free, justified, recreated. Born of God, they do not sin. Why? The seed what? Remaineth in him. That is abiding what? Sin freeness. Did you see that?
Amen.
So it is speaking about being made sin free, abiding sin freeness as verse 6. Verse 6, abiding sin freeness. Whosoever abideth in him, what? Did you see that? And if you sin, you have not seen it, we don't know it. So it says, whosoever abideth in him, what? Sinneth not. So therefore, the seal, the Sabbath seal that you have in your mind, dealing with intelligent obedience, dealing with pleasure on God's holy day, dealing with seeing God as honorable, and all of that, those truths in you, causing you to sigh and cry for the abominations that are done, shows in you a settling into these truths. And that settling into these truths is the same as a what? Abiding sin freeness or what? Sanctification. It means you're being sealed, settled, sealed. Amen, brethren? Amen, brethren? Amen. Next, quickly. But watch this. Watch this. Take the Psalms 86. Psalms 8:6. Psalms 8:6. So let's look at the truth now that the seventh-day Sabbath seals us with. Psalms 86, 9 to 11. I even put it there because that's the only text they're using. And you'll be shocked to see. So we are looking at the truth. The seventh-day Sabbath seal seals us with in Psalms 86, 9 to 11. Look what it seals us with. It seals us with the fact that Yahweh is God what? Alone. When you keep the Sabbath, doesn't it show you that? Yes, the Sabbath shows you that. It seals us with God is Yahweh that gives us light of truth. It seals us with Yahweh alone must be worshipped and served. And that is the experience of sinfulness. Watch this. So you got Psalms 86:10. For thou art great and doest wondrous things. Thou art what? God alone. Did you see that? Did you see that? So it tells us that Yahweh is what? God alone. Let's look at verse 11. Teach me thy way, O Yahweh, the source of light. Amen. For every one of us. Notice, teach me thy way, O Yahweh. I will walk in what? Thy truth. Unite my heart to fear what? Thy name. Did you see that? So God is Yahweh that gives us what? Light. Did you see that there, my dear baby? Did you see that? And let's look at verse 9. All nations whom thou hast made shall come and what? Worship before thee, O Yahweh, and shall what? Glorify thy name. Yahweh alone must be worshipped and served. So in these scriptures, you get something clearly. The Sabbath, the seventh-day Sabbath, seals us with the seal of God, and these are the truths that we are sealed with. Yahweh is going to rule. Yahweh is the source of life. Yahweh alone must be worshipped. That is the simply experience you're settling. In other words, it's the rights of God re-established in your mind. Amen, brethren? Amen? Yes, my dear.
When we are told in Psalm, right, that David, he meditated upon the law day and night, and it was his delight. This morning still speak that we need understanding and learning, that it will be a delight to us.
Amen, amen. But our time is far past. Let me just show you the next chart here. Let's just look at the last two charts. Watch this. Mark chapter 2 verse 20. You remember what you read in Ezekiel 20:20? Right? And honor my Sabbath, for there shall be a sign between me and you, that you will know that I am what? Yahweh your God. Remember you read that, right? Well, look at Mark 2:20. Mark 2:20. Don't let anybody fool you here. Watch this shocking statement. Watch this. The truth that Yahweh's seventh-day Sabbath seals us. The truth that Yahweh's seventh-day Sabbath seals us with are the truths of Yahweh of the Sabbath. Didn't catch that one. The truths that Yahweh's seventh-day Sabbath seals us with are the truths of Yahweh of the Sabbath. Amen. Amen. Let's just look and read. 20. Therefore the Son of Man is Yahweh also of the Sabbath. Somebody will say, no, don't say Yahweh. There is a Adonai. Look through the Sabbath law. Do you see any Adonai of the Sabbath here? If you ask them, what is the Adonai mean? They say Adonai just means master. Okay, so the Son of Man is master also of the Sabbath. Who is master of the Sabbath as you know? Yahweh. But then just put Yahweh here. So watch what they tell you. Don't let it fool you, eh? Don't let it make you become a watchtower overnight. They make you think Adonai of the Sabbath is different than Yahweh of the Sabbath. That is watchtower teaching. Now watch this. Yahweh of the Sabbath. Yahweh of the Sabbath is pointed out here to be Jesus Christ. Amen, brethren? Therefore, the character of God that is being pointed out in the Sabbath is the character of Christ. Amen. So when you say Yahweh of the Sabbath, you're talking about the Son of Man, Jesus Christ. Yahweh of the Sabbath is not his body of flesh. Flesh profited nothing. But the words I speak, he said, they are what? Spirit and they are life. So when you speak about Yahweh of the Sabbath, you speak about the character of Christ. That's why the Bible says Son of Man. It was emphatic when it said that. It's like how you have some scriptures saying image of the beast and image to the beast. Two different things. Image of the beast, image like the beast, image to the beast, and image for the sake of exalting the beast. Just one word change meaning. So when he says, therefore the Son of Man is Yahweh also of the Sabbath, he knew why he said the Son of Man. He didn't mean flesh, but the character in the flesh. Amen? Which is the character of Christ. Watch the shocking truth here. If you know how much truth behind these two things, these two panels, you just see it as ordinary here. But watch. The character of Christ. This seals the Christian. What seals you? Character of Christ. And guess what? This, the character of Christ, what? Is seen in the Christian. You just had a taste. This seals the Christian. This is sealed where? In the Christian. Now when you look at these scriptures, they show it. Let me show you one example of Christ handling you to seal you in sinfulness. One scripture. Ephesians 5. The marriage scripture you call it. 25 to 27. Ephesians 5. 25 to 27. Watch this beautiful thing. Beautiful scripture. Beautiful scripture. Good influence upon all our minds. What do you say? You know one thing Bishop will be saying, what do you say? Here is Christ himself handling you to seal himself in you. Remember the Bible already tells you Christ in you the hope of God. That Christ may dwell in your heart through the faith. That you be in what? Rooted and what? Grounded in love. Did you see that? That's Christ sealing you. It says Christ sealing you, or Christ sealing Christ in you. Isn't that lovely? Christ sealing Christ in you. What? Let's be. Let me forget my talk. Husbands, love your wife. Here comes the part. Even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself as a provision for it. That he might what? Sanctify and what? Cleanse it with the what? Washing of waters by the word. That's justification. Let's continue. That he might what? Present it to himself a what? glorious shape, not having what? Spot, or what? Or wrinkle, or what? Or any such thing, that it should be what? And what? That's sanctification. So what is Christ doing here? Making you sin-free and maintaining that sin-freeness in you. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Christ is actually sealing you, but sealing himself in you. Now how do you know? Now the character of Christ is the doctrines of Christ. The character of Christ is the what? Doctrines of Christ. Turn to 2 John 9.
So if you only a man who is a Sabbath keeper to genuinely love his God.
That's right.
What's we see here?
Put up the last shot. That's right.
Just repeat the point.
We are looking here at 2 John 9 about the character of Christ. Right, 2 John 9. It says here, whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the word, doctrine of Christ, hath not God. He that abideth in the word, doctrine of Christ, he hath what? Both the Father and the Son. The divine Father nature and the Son, which is the character of Christ. So here the doctrine of Christ is the important thing. That's the character of Christ that you have. The doctrine of Christ. If you were to take and say that this person has a character and a write out the person's character, and knowledge you have a write out. The only difference is that we don't have characters. We are characterless in the world. We only have corrupt human traits. When we get the character of Christ, now we have character. So when you are lost in the character of Christ. When you are saved, you get the character of Christ. So we have the character of Christ. Watch this surprising thing. Watch this surprising thing. You need to understand what the Sabbath keeping teaches you with regards to the truth. It teaches you the character of Christ. Because the principles of the character of Christ is in the Sabbath. Remember what the Sabbath tells us, right? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it? Holy. 6 days shall thou labor before thy. On the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy God. And then he commands us, telling us how to live. In it, thou shalt not do what? Thou not I, not I, not I, not I, not I, not I. That is the thing that yes. Remember that, my dear brethren? So what is actually telling you how to live? Is that not so? He's commanding you how to live for the 7 days. Now, look at Isaiah 56, 1, 2, and 6. Isaiah 56. 1, 2, and 6 is important for you to read it with your own eyes. Watch this. Christ sealing himself in you. So look what the Sabbath means then. Look what the Sabbath means. We read 56:1. It says this, thus said Yahweh, keep ye judgment. There you go again. Do you remember I read keeping judgment before? And keeping judgment is always associated with what? Sin-freeness? Or all-time sin-freeness. Remember you saw that? Remember you saw that? Yes. There was the word again. Why do you think the word is there? Let's read. Thus said Yahweh, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. So what are we told? Blessed is the man that doeth this. Do what? Keep the judgment. That's right. Blessed is the man that what? Doeth this, and the Son of Man that laid hold on it. Laid hold of judgment. Laid hold of justice. What does it mean to do that? Do you know what the Bible tells you that means? Let's read on. We did it over again. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that laid hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath. Did you just understand that? That what? Keepeth the Sabbath. So actually, doing justice, taking hold of that judgment is keeping the Sabbath. Notice what it says. That what? Keeping the Sabbath from what? Polluting it. And keeping his hand from doing what? Any evil. So Sabbath keeping means set free days. But it didn't just tell you being made sin free. You read a word there you didn't look at. Let's read again the last verse, the last portion of verse 2. That keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Did it say that make his hand cease to do evil? No. That what? Keepeth his hand from doing any evil. What does it mean to keep your hand from doing any evil? To maintain what? 6 days. And since there's no evil you're doing, it's all times. But wait. Remember, Christ, the character of Christ, is Yahweh of the Sabbath. And he's telling you, you're supposed to be maintained from doing any evil, which is Sabbath keeping. I am sure today, as you abide in the truth only, you're not doing evil. You're keeping your hand from doing any evil. Aren't you doing that? So Sabbath keeping is sin freeness. But keeping sin freeness, abiding sin freeness. Let's go to the next verse. Verse 6. Also, the son of the stranger that joined themselves to Yahweh to serve him. There we go again, worship and serve. And to love the name of Yahweh. There we go about loving the name. To be his servant. Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath for what? Polluting it. And taking hold of my covenant. There we go again. Sin freedom. The covenant. Following Yahweh. Worshipping Yahweh. All this is clearly expressed here as Sabbath keeping. Now that Sabbath keeping is wearing the character of Christ. Remember, Christ is the one that says the Son of Man is Yahweh also of the Sabbath. You see, wearing the character of Christ is keeping the character of Christ. Watch me carefully. Wearing is keeping. Wearing the character of Christ is keeping the character of Christ. So if you have to wear the character of Christ, it follows you must do what? Keep the character of Christ. But keeping the character of Christ means something. It means keeping in mind upon the truth of Christ that is understood, to be influenced by it. Because the truths are the truths of the character of Christ. You keep in your mind on it. Every time you sin, it's because you didn't keep your mind on the word, character of Christ. So once you keep your mind on the truth of Christ, you are keeping the character of Christ. Notice again, allowing the truth to sanctify your world. Desires, what else? Feelings, what else? Emotions, what else? Passions, you look at different grades. Desires, it is the finest. Feelings, it is a little higher. Emotions, it is stronger. Passions, it is out of control. So you're allowing the truth to direct your desires, feelings, emotions, passion. That's what it means to keep the character of Christ. Keeping the character of Christ is keeping God's law by being influenced and motivated by the truth. When you do that, you're weighing the character of Christ. Not the body, the character. That's what you're weighing, the character of Christ. So we have scriptures here for all of this, but our time is past. So once you're weighing the character of Christ, by keeping it, you see some people say, okay, Christ gave me the robe of his righteousness, or Christ gave me the robe of his character. What does it mean to wait for you? To wait for you is to keep the character of Christ. To keep the character of Christ is to keep your mind upon the truth of Christ that you understand, in a way to be influenced by it. Because sometimes a temptation comes, and immediately the truth of Christ comes in your mind. But you don't keep those truths in your mind to be influenced by it. You quickly think something else. Because you want something else. Your desires. Your desires.
This morning, Brother Israel quoted Psalm 91, verse 1.
Yes.
Which speaks about abiding under the shadow of the Almighty.
Yes.
Is this among the same thing?
Abiding under the shadow of the Almighty, of course. The shadow of the Almighty is the character of God. Right? So watch me. And by the way, what Brother Pandemolo was quoting, a mule. Remember he quoted a mule? Oh, the mule doesn't get anywhere? A mule is a communist. Remember, you put bits in the mouth of a mule to direct it, and what happened? It stubbornly what? Refuses to go. It doesn't follow what? Truth. A mule is a communist. Remember that. I'm not telling you about called Hillary Clinton and a mule, eh? You didn't hear what they say? They call them mule, huh? Didn't hear what I said, eh? Right? This truth is higher than you think. This truth is higher than you think. Watch this. Watch. Those 3 points here, which is keeping the character of Christ, is actually what? Settling and sealing. So it is the character of Christ that is sealing you, settling, sealing you when you wear it. Did you see that? You actually seal with the character of Christ when you wear it. Yes, my dear.
Therefore, I was telling you speak about faith. So therefore, to have the character of Christ, sin must be absent in one life and faith must be present. Right? So in other words, having the character of Christ, it will help self to go. Because self is one of the destructive weapons with his hand, and it really, to tell you the whole truth, the battle is the mind. Because the carnal mind always try to take over the spiritual mind. So therefore, when the truth, the faith is present, it is able to destroy the sin that is present in the mind. So this is how I get the truth. So for Christ's character to develop in one person, self must die.
My dear, you are on the path. You are on the way. Have hope. Have hope. Alright? So my dear brethren, I'll have to stop here because we'll have to explain a lot more things and our time is past. If you ask yourself, what have you learned from this study? How do you connect each point? Simple. You are sealed, what? You are sealed with the seal, which is the 7th day Sabbath. Remember, the 7th day Sabbath is the seal. Remember, Verily my Sabbath shall keep for a sign or seal. The 7th-day Sabbath is the seal. Remember, it is the Son of Man is what? Yahweh of the Sabbath. That's not his body. That's his what? Character. Remember, the truth of the Sabbath is the character of Christ that seals you or settles you into the truth that it cannot be moved. It's the character of Christ in you, which you must wear or keep, that causes what? The settling sealing. So what do you have to do with it? Something practical now. In closing. From this year, what do you do? You're here today, aren't you? You know what's going on right now in front of you? Amen? We were eating all the time. Spiritual food, right? We're being given all day, but right here now, right? Amen? You know what you were doing here now, right? You know what was in your mind here now, right? Don't you? Why not go home and do that? Why not go home and do that? Why not eat the bread of life home? Meditate on the truth and rejoice as they do it here. Not because in the presence of people, but because of the truth that you love. Why not do that? If somebody comes to disturb you, shut it out. And shut it in the truth of Christ's character. What do you think? Why not do that? Why not do that? And do it over and over again. Do it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By the time you come back here Sabbath, you're familiar with what you did, as if you're doing it again today. But only you get a stronger booster. So what you experience today, what you do today, keep it up. One last thing. I'm not asking you to fake. You're not being asked to fake. Okay? But everybody has their Sabbath personality now. Everybody here has their Sabbath personality now. These people personality Sabbath, they are pleasant and spiritual. Amen? Easy to deal with and soft. Cooperative. Why not keep your Sabbath personality during the week? You understand what they say? Because this personality now is because of exposure to the truth over and over again. This personality here now is because of exposure to the truth over and over now. Why not keep that personality during the week? Say somebody meets you, they'll be meeting a different personality. Of the same person. Amen? If you see me in Port of Spain and meet me, I must be the same person you know here like this. Amen? Not a different person. Is that understood? Why not keep it? And bless yourself. To those of you in closing who feel so worried sometimes about yourself, remember, worry doesn't build. The only function worry has is for you to do something about it. The only function worry has is for you to do something about it. You are in the land of the living. The end is near. You want to be saved eternally. You want to learn to appreciate holiness and being saved. Use these Sabbath truths that we have been studying. Use these truths that we have been studying. Take this chart. Look at this chart. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, remember it. Remember what it is saying and live what it is saying. Amen, brethren? And may God bless you. Let us come. That's my dear brother. So remember what we have said here. Let's not condemn anyone. In the life you have a chance. Take full use of that chance. I guarantee you, you will never get, you will go in Laodicea, you will go in evangelicalism, you will go in Catholicism and Watchtowerism. You will never get a more sincere religion than this. This here is the most sincere you will get it. You want the children regard and care for you as an individual because it is the character of operating here. That's what you will get. You know you're in good hands. You may have peculiar problems. Have patience. Have patience. By God's grace, we'll break the habit. What do you say? We'll break it. We'll break the habit. We'll create the habit that is explained in Romans 6. Romans 6 has habit creating scripture. We'll find a way to use those habit creating scripture in Romans 6 to help. But you have to be patient with your own self first. Don't give up. Have hope. You've reached somewhere at least to understand about the Sabbath, which is important. Okay? You just have to go further. And we'll help you to go further by the grace of God. Okay? So, your Sabbath personality now, when you meet me here, whoever have to meet here first and second and third, and then you'll meet me with your Sabbath personality. When you reach home, have your Sabbath personality home. You may have a bad person home. Have the Sabbath personality to Christ, not to them. Which means he said, you're keeping it in your mind because of whom? Christ. Avoid what you have to avoid. Say the truth that you have to say, which you will say when you're here. Don't say something you wouldn't say here. What you know you would say here in public, say it here to them. God will help you. What do you see? So keep yourself a personality. Yes.
This statement was a tremendous blessing for me personally. And when you spoke about keeping it throughout the week, to the young children in school, what would you advocate? How would you advocate to keep it? Because remember, they are amid so many influences, right? And with the music and all of that, what do you have to say to them?
The problem with children in the first place is lack of devotion. The problem with children is lack of devotion. They don't really mean it much. They mean what they mean in part. They don't mean it much. So when they're in school, they're already weaklings in front of forces ready to destroy them. Once a child in school really means it, the strength will be enough for them to deal with it, no matter how young you are. The problem with children is that children doesn't really mean it fully. The one Christ is like a Hindu, 1 foot in the church building, 1 foot in the temple. That's how they are. 1 foot in the Bible, 1 foot in their society. When they take the foot off the society that they are accustomed to, and let people look at them as strange, as weird, as not belonging among them, and they rather that image, watch and see how fast they will get rich. See, you have to understand the problem of children is that they don't really mean it much. When they mean it much, it becomes nothing to them. And you must not be afraid of that persecution. What is the worst thing they could do to you in school? Kill you. And they're going to kill you. What is the worst thing the government could do to you? Kill you and they wouldn't kill you. You may get physically damaged, but learn to be a pain eater now. Don't try to avoid pain all the time. Learn to be a pain eater now. Learn to take pain, endure pain, bear pain. Now. Is that understood? And then of course it will be better for you. Right? Put yourself at a discomfort sometimes. You don't have to put yourself in any comfortable position. Put yourself at a discomfort sometime and just keep your truth in your mind while you're in discomfort as a practice. And you will see how you will get you. Amen, brethren? Amen? Amen. Right, so let us pray. Gracious, loving Father, we thank you for the truths that you have shown us. We thank you for the light that you have given to us. We pray and ask of you to help us in our minds, that this light will organize in our individual minds to bring forth fruit unto righteousness. May this truth in our unconscious mind be there and be organized there to direct our daily living, that we will keep the Sabbath 7 days, starting with the 7th day Sabbath and going through the other days of the week. So help us who keep the 7th day to also have 7 days of Sabbath keeping by our spirit, by our experience, by keeping the character of Christ, who is Yahweh of the Sabbath. Thank you, Father, for the truth that you have shown us, for the blessings you have placed upon our minds, through Jesus Christ our Savior. Amen.